Fourth defeat of the season for Manchester United. A performance that's just shocking. Fuming with what I witnessed from my team today. Almost one of the biggest smash and grabs of the season so far. Wolves beating champions Manchester City has thrown the cat amongst that proverbial pigeons in the Premier League as well. And Arsenal back to their scintillating best, 4-0 victors over Bournemouth. And they've been telling their fans all week, I don't understand what you are crying about, what you are worried about. 9 games unbeaten this season, second in the league. You've caught up 3 of those 4 points with City because they were always going to lose, and they have gone and lost a game. And we're going to delve into that on the reaction show for you today. I have to start with Man United, though. I have to start with Man United today because I'm fuming with individuals today. Marcus Rashford with a shocker, an absolute shocker of a performance, especially from him in that first half. He tried to do the right thing by going on the outside. He tried to do the right thing by going on the inside, but he was all fingers and thumbs. He was absolutely pony today. In my kind of mini preview for this game, I wanted to see him start. I wanted to see Garnacho start, who was more impactful when he came on. I wanted to see that happen. Absolutely horrendous decision to start him. He was awful. Really, really was. And then the rest of the team, listen, our overall play in the game, last time I checked, we had 86% possession. We were moving the ball well. Our approach play was good. But it was that final third. It was absolutely horrendous. The final third was horrendous. I made a list here. Garnacho's shot at the end, you could argue blocked here. In the 56th minute, Hojlund's header should be burying it. Bruno had a shot plucked out the top corner. Fair enough, good save. You then had Mount's chance on the 69th minute. A point-blank header, you've got to get that on target as an example. You had wonderful play again 4 minutes later between Mount and Garnacho. The ball's crossed. Yes, it nearly goes in as an own goal. But why isn't Rashford gambling on that back post? He's flat-footed. And we had so many other opportunities to create chances with the ball in very good positions. And look, it's a smash and grab. They weren't really in the game today. As they held the ball well and drove with it, they created some fouls that slowed the play down. They had that one good shot, which I did tell you all last week. If Man United can see the goal where someone's standing in front of the goalkeeper in an offside position, bear in mind the Premier League have already apologised for City's goal when Akanji did it. I told you it would stand. But withstanding that, it was a smash and grab, but I'm more angry at my team because we had the possession, the openings, the chances, and opportunities in this game to get something from it. Overall, it was horrendous from Manchester United. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. The fourth, I repeat, defeat of this season. And I'm someone who said I want to wait for the majority of the manager's players to return before I overly judge the situation. And I do stand by that. I do stand by it. However, I'm in a position here. I'm sitting here massively frustrated. Questions have to be asked of this manager. It's as simple and it's as straightforward as that. We can't beat about this bush. 4 defeats this early in the season is nothing short of horrendous. And the internet is lagging here a little bit. I'm not too sure what's going on with it, but we'll just stream through it. Just refresh the stream, relax. Don't make it a big thing. I know everyone gets panicky about that sort of stuff, but just relax yourselves. It will sort itself out very, very soon. Don't you worry your heads about that. I'm just shutting a few other things down that are using. It's probably my brother in the other room streaming, and I'm going to ask him to go and stop because I need the internet. I'm disconnecting a few other things. Although I've got loads of meg here, it should be fine. But there we go. Look, when it comes to, we're going to talk about the other teams as well. When it comes to Arsenal today, look, I'm one of these people that I know a lot of individuals kind of get at me. You're always bigging up Arsenal. I just don't see what their fans have been melting down about for the vast majority of this season. Legitimately, I have not understood it for a single minute, a single moment, what they are all so panicked, worried, and frustrated about. It's not made any sense to me throughout the course of this season. And today was another reason as to why you've got such a good team that will have off days. Look at Manchester City today. These things happen, but overall, we know how good they are. And when it comes to the City result, you've seen the league there. It blows the table absolutely wide open. KJ, if you're backstage, can you do me a big favor? Can you just come in and take over me so I can refresh my screen for a moment, please? If you are backstage, I can see you because sometimes you've got to refresh StreamYard to get it. So the internet's fine. I've just checked my speed. I just need to refresh it. I know KJ's back there, but I don't know where he's gone. His face isn't on camera. But look, you know, this is why I say to Arsenal fans, relax, because things are going to happen. Let me throw KJ in for a second. And KJ, can you cover for me? I just need to refresh my stream. Just you come in and talk, please, KJ. Talk. Yeah, KJ obviously can't hear me. Mike, because I need to refresh my stream, KJ. Come back, brother. Let's go to some of your super chats here. Terry, when abracadabra. Again, I want to do these super chats, but I want to do them justice. I need fucking KJ to come back. Where's he gone? Because my internet's fine. StreamYard needs to be refreshed. People, stay with us. We'll be with you in a few very short moments. Don't you worry about that, my people. Also, 1 second. Dan. Yeah, I'm not sure. KJ's back now. I think KJ's back. KJ, can you hear me backstage? I need you to come in and talk while I refresh my stream, bro. That's all. Thanks, mate.
Oh, guys, listen. My head was hot, so I'm hella confused what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? Flip me. You know it's different. You know when it's peak, when Terry's internet is messing up and Man United is lost at the same time. Everyone's head is fried. I am so frustrated. See, here's the thing. I'm just coming on to say my frustrations. I'm dipping because I've got things to be doing, like enjoying my life, than watching this damn team do foolishness week in, week out. Oh my day. My main issue is the attack right now. The attack. The attack is so disjointed, it is ridiculous. Tell me why. Tell me why we go on an attack and our own players are tripping up our players. I saw Martial trip up Garnacho on a counter-attack. I saw Maguire play the ball in the dying moments of our player and it goes for their throw-in. I'm seeing Rashford in two minds of deciding to actually take a man on and shoot or take a man and cross. Hojlujnd, he is so raw, and I'm not trying to get. I'm not even trying to get in on him. I'm not even trying to go in because he's just come in. But bruv, the guy's raw, and the reason why we can't help him get through this situation and transition him easier is because we don't have an actual striker who's old enough and experienced. You've got Martial, who's either injured or just not up to the pace of the game, or you've got Rashford, who right now is out of form. Hello, Terry. Nice to see you again.
I'm back now, bro. All sorted now. All sorted. Okay, we'll bring you in with the panel real soon. Top man for jumping in, KJ. I appreciate that. Sorry, people. I had my VPN still on. That's what the issue was. I was trying to work out what the hell it was. Look, as I say, you know, I listened to what KJ was saying there, and he's right when it comes to Man United, but we'll bring him back out in a few moments' time. Super chats here. This will be the biggest stream in TFT history. Listen, it's a massive one because I'm angry at my club for losing. Arsenal have just gone and won, and they were brilliant. City have just gone and lost their first game of the season. Terry, when abracadabra comes in, your team will be cooking. Listen, we didn't get cooked today. We were weak in front of goal and in that final third. In terms of the stability of the team, we were fine. We were absolutely fine. We controlled the game how we expected to. That's Amrabat doing his job, the goalkeeper doing his job in terms of playing out from the back. But what you need is your players to finish their gilt-edged chances and for those final balls to be better. So nothing to do with the style of play, just no clinical edge. Ten Hag gone by Christmas at this stage. No excuses, useless. Look, if his players are playing and he ain't winning games, I agree with you. It's time to break the City curse. Come on, you gooners. Both Manchester clubs in the mud today. Yeah, the whole of Manchester's mudded. A special moment for Odegaard, Saka, and Jesus. Agreed to give Kai the penalty. They all mugged him when he scored. He looked so happy. Also, Vieira is him. Look, I think that goal, getting that goal today for Kai Havertz is going to be absolutely massive. It takes a weight off of his shoulders. They probably should have tried to get him this goal before the 007 thing, because we know this feeds into players. We know it feeds into dressing rooms. But look, I thought Arsenal... Listen, Arsenal fans may have a difference of opinion on this, but once you went 3-0 up, it looked like you guys just absolutely cruised for the remainder of that game. You know, you had the majority of the ball. They had a few shots and pop opportunities, but the fact you were able to play in second gear for like a third of that game is really going to help those legs come midweek. Big up, Terry. Come on, you gooners. Thank you, Luke Skywalker. Staffy upset the football gods. Thanks, lol. Tad here says, truly gutless from United. Rashford equals rubbish. Bruno equals missing. Casemiro questionable. Lindelof weak. Erik ten Hag needs to do better. Questions. Both Bruno and Rashford need dropping. Again, I didn't think Bruno Fernandes did that bad a job today. But first off, he had some wonderful balls that he played that broke lines. He created nearly all of the gilt-edged chances that other people missed. He did his job. If Hojlujnd finishes that simplistic header from that brilliant cross, it's a different game. Do I want him to create even more? Yes. But out of everyone on that list, he's the one person who I wouldn't overly criticize today. The rest of them, yes. Arsenal fan here. Love your unbiased take on all things football. I like your analytical, logical approach. Keep doing the good work. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. It's hard, though. I'm saying to my brother, I don't mind Man United losing, but having to praise other teams, talk about City's situation whilst my team's lost, I'm trying not to just focus on that. I'm sorry. Your stream internet, Terry. Well, it was because I had the VPN on. It went weird. I forgot to turn it off. I always turn it off after games, and I forgot to. Terry, United and City losing today. The beautiful game. Horrendous. Where is the dislike button? I don't know, bruv. Why would you want to hit the dislike button? Invincible record remains. Yeah, another big thing for Arsenal today. That invincible record remains for your club. What if City go invincible? Many fans said it was so easy to go invincible. Why hasn't anyone else done it? A lovely start to the weekend, Terry. Look, I was one of those people that has very sarcastically pushed back. City is still my favourites to win the league, but this weird notion of just give them the title now, I can't stand it. City fans, we would break the Premier League goals conceded record. That's what Dyke says here. Arsenal fans are melting down because the team doesn't look as pretty. People don't realize that teams adjust and have to play differently. Well, exactly. Teams are sitting back deeper against you. They're more compact against you. They're less open against you. So you have to change. Your football's harder to make it free-flowing because there isn't the spaces. But again, 9 games unbeaten, second in the league. You're literally 1 point worse off than last year, and you're playing Champions League football. You're also through to the next round of the Cup that you went out earlier. It's been a better start than last season. The only Arsenal fans saying it isn't are the ones who dislike Mikel Arteta, and they're worried that they're going to be proven wrong. And again, for me, I've said it many, many times before, and I'll say it again now. We all get opinions wrong. That's the beauty of fan football. In the last 18 months, it started to change. And people have developed agendas against their own club just to try and be right. There is this weird fascination, and I believe it's that you won't grow, or your channel will fall apart, or your ability to be taken seriously depends upon your predictions coming right. Nobody gets all their predictions right. No one. The people that was, I told you Ten Hag was crap, Terry. Cool, you could be right about that. But I bet if you listed out all your predictions, there's many that are wrong, like all of us. Stop being babies, stop being bitches, and put your hands up when you're wrong. People will learn to respect the Invincibles. People already do, mate. Both Manchester clubs were weak up front. Havertz's confidence could be higher for the future after scoring the penalty. Listen, City, you take out KDB's creativity. You take out Gundogan's clutchness. You take out Rodri, you can dominate the ball, but you're not as good. Nobody's as good. And they had the most of the ball today, most of the opportunities, but nobody's as good when you lose a lot of your first team players. every game. Literally said, watch what happens when Bruno and Rashford come back. Fans will back player FC instead of players who are not good for the club. Bro, if you watched my tweet that I put out the other day, I wanted Bruno to return, and I think he created the opportunities we needed today, but I didn't want Rashford back. I thought Garnacho should have been rewarded for that brilliant performance the other day. I think you're spot on there. Rashford should not have returned into this team. I would not have personally played him. I also would have started the game with Johnny Evans at the back. I really would have done. He's stronger than Lindelof. Same speed. Northside clearly has an Arteta agenda. Listen, as people, I respect everyone's view. But I said it to Northside the other day. I do not believe he's as angry as he's making out when it comes to Arsenal. I just don't. At least he changed the standards, though. Sack 10 Laden with his terrorist football. See, I thought terrorist football was reserved for people that sit back and absorb and counter. Is it, or are we now calling it teams that have all the ball but don't finish their chances? I want to understand what it is now. It's already started. City have now passed the gauntlet over to Arsenal and Liverpool. Here's where it starts. City pushing and Liverpool and Arsenal trying. Listen, they're still the favourites. They're still top of the league. Liverpool, though, or Spurs, could they go top with a win today? Spurs can't. Liverpool can, though. Liverpool win, they go top today. Seeing United get 4 minutes added on whilst the Gooners got 7 was funny and then sad. Listen, there should have been more than 4 minutes added on in that game. I'm going to just say this now. You meant to add a minute, about 30 seconds for each sub, and I swear there was like 8 or 9 subs. Plus there was injuries. Plus there was some small VAR checks. Plus there was time wasting. Plus there was a head injury. So the goalie got hurt and was down for 2 minutes. It may not have changed the game, but 4 minutes in this season with the amount of time it's been added on was a joke. You're telling me shit Arsenal can go above this City team that are walking the league if we win next week. Would think we're Chelsea the way people speak. Exactly. Rodri screwed us, man. Horrendous performance today. Yes, why getting red cards should be criticised. Arsenal top-class performance, plus both Manchester teams lose. Happy birthday to me. Come on, you Gooners. Happy birthday to you, Anthony. When is Foden going to step up? Good question. We'll ask that to the City boys. Keep up the good work, Terry. Not every day you see a fully grown man crying and making up excuses. Ten Hag in. Wherever I made excuses. It's like the team. Oh, yeah, I forgot. 2023, when you say my team missed chances and we lack clinical edge and our final ball was bad, that's an excuse. What you actually want me to say, and I'll just do it for you. Ten Hag is shit. Every player on my team is shit. They're all overrated. Sack them all. Close the club down. We're all going to go and support new teams. That's what we need to say when our teams lose. So I forgot, bro. Fuck. Shit. Sorry. Didn't get the memo. Best defensive performance of the season plus Timber coming. Is he coming soon? That's a while, isn't it? Terry, who are you going for tonight? Charlo or Canelo Alvarez? The one who isn't a drugs cheat is the one I'm going to go for. Arteta should have. Isn't it funny? Yeah, everyone hates Conor Benn because he took drugs, but let people, the same people I see go, he should never box again. Love Canelo. Very weird that. Anyway, I digress. Arteta should have subbed Saka at 3-0 instead of him limping off. He's mismanaging players, and that will cost us. No agenda. I just want to win the title. King Kai, we're outside. Where are you at, Lee Gunner? Northside, hold that. But Terry, super stoked for him. Fully boost his confidence. But Terry, super stoked for him. Oh, you mean Kai Havertz? Yeah, I hear you. And look, if you're an Arsenal fan, you love your club, you should be happy that he got that goal and he was smiling today because it's only going to help your team. So why? This is the maddest bit. Why wouldn't you be happy? Why wouldn't you encourage him? If your team performs like Man United or City today, you criticize them. You put a rocket up their backside. Not when you win 4-0. Yes, you can nitpick, but why put that pressure on your players? This is where you say, well done. Excellent performance. Go and enjoy yourselves. Go have a picture of a win. And you move on from there. Viewers, make sure like buttons have been smashed. How the hell are we not on 2,000 likes yet? With 9,000 people tuning in. Bringing out the panel now. There's lots of them here. We've got Cameron. I actually called him Jerome the other day when his name is Jermaine. And I apologize for that. So many J's in my life. Hamza's here. Dizzy's here. V's here. KJ's back with us as well. Keep them super. Is there any other Gooners? Where are all the other Gooners at? I thought you'd be celebrating today like crazy. Let's bring the panel out now to have their say on the show. I'm actually going to go to Jay first of all. Big win for Arsenal today. 4-0 victors. Talk to us, mate. Talk to us.
First things first. Terry, what was the United score today?
I forgot, bruv. Forgot. I'm an Arsenal fan anyway, according to the viewers. So, yeah, we won, bro. We won.
All right. Well, back to Arsenal. Yeah, man. I've been smiling all backstage. I'm still smiling now. Can't complain. 4-0 clean sheet. Havertz songs going through my TV. I could just hear it in my room. Just over the moon. But yeah, man, it's a good win. Still unbeaten. What more can I say?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of negativity from Arsenal fans about your start to the season. What do you say to them today with, the second 4-0 win in just over a week, second in the league, the chance, whatever City do now, you beat them at the Emirates next week, where you would argue you're the favourites, you go top of the league, and a lot of people said by 10 games in this season, you'll be nowhere near the top of the league again, and you could literally be back there in a week's time. What's your message to those negative Gooners?
I've been guilty of being negative this season myself, but all I can say is that we need to believe more and trust the squad more. I think in comparison to last season, where the 11 was the same more or less every week, and we're making wholesome changes in Europa League, this season we have Champions League, where that game is going to be of equal importance. We're going to be playing the big guns in both games, so maybe we have to trust the rotation more. I think the main concern with Arsenal fans is we haven't really had many convincing performances. Today we kind of took that control once it was 3-0 after a couple penalties, but we'll take it. We keep going. We just got to get a few players back from injury and just keep building from this. But like I want to reiterate, I just think we need to trust the squad more and actually believe in what's going on, because we're unbeaten. We've drawn twice, won the rest. We're seeing United lose pretty much every week. There's good things over this side.
Bro, do you know what? I hate rubbing salt into my own club's wound because I'm in genuine pain. But that's why I think certain Arsenal fans have annoyed me this year. It's almost, I feel like you guys are complaining about first world issues. Now, everyone knows this. I have a little swimming pool in my back garden. Do you know what? It's you guys moaning about not winning, but not winning good enough and consistent in a way that's like tip top. It's almost like me saying, "Oh, that's such a terrible week. Why? I had to clean the leaves out my swimming pool." That's what it sounds like to me. That's not a problem that anyone in the world cares about. And I think, Chelsea fans will probably agree. I know Man United fans agree. I know you want it to be utopia every game, but I don't know. I'm just saying, as a rival watching you, I don't see what the issues are with your team. I don't see what people are so angry and frustrated about. It's not made sense to me all season, bro.
No, you know what it is, Terry, yeah? It's the performances. Last season, we were performing and winning. This season's been more scrappy wins, bringing on defenders in like the last 5 to 10 minutes, trying to get over the line. The draw against Tottenham, because we hate Tottenham and we drop points again, we were a bit like, oh, what's going on here? All the changes. But like I said, we just got to keep winning like we're doing, believe in the squad more. And I like the harmony what's going on, man. To donate that pen to Havertz today was pure class by the Arsenal boys today. The excitement on his face, the song singing through my screen, 65 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. That's the lyrics.
Kai Havertz scores, not again.
60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again.
Again, bro, man barely scores, but like United,
I hear you. Listen, I hear you on that, and you guys should be very, very happy indeed. There's no doubt about it. We know the title race is nowhere near over, like a lot of people have sort of suggested. I would say this. I would say this as well. We've got Nathan as an Arsenal fan coming on the show soon as well. I know when you guys say your performances haven't been as good, I disagree massively. And I disagree from this perspective. Have you been as scintillating to watch? No. But that's because, and I mean this with no disrespect, I think last season, especially in the first 10, 15 games, there wasn't as much fear of Arsenal as there is now in terms of how teams approach you. They played higher lines, they opened up, they attacked you a little bit more. This season, they know they can't do that. So they're sitting back much deeper, more compact. So your style of football may look slower, it may look more lethargic. Why? Because there isn't the space to be quick and speedy in, and it takes time to adjust. I feel for the majority of this season, And the North London derby is probably the only leveler in this, but that's the North London derby, and they're playing good football. You may not have been as scintillating to watch, but you've had far more control and look much less likely to concede goals than you did last year. And again, that is just me being objective as an outsider that has no emotional connection to your football club whatsoever. And I just believe some of you are almost seeking utopia. We want to win every game 4-0 without conceding chances. And look, even the great City team that got 100 points didn't win every game in scintillating fashion, smashing everybody. They had many a game where it was last-minute winners, nicking a lucky penalty there, or, oh, well, we got away with that one. Your Invincible team did that, because I actually got punished once when losing a bet with Phil, and had to watch the whole damn DVD. And you watch it back and think, how the bloody hell did you go unbeaten? It was crazy. So I just think Arsenal fans have got to wake up and smell the coffee. You are not going to be amazing in every game, every week, every season. It's never happened to any football team in the history of football. Genuinely.
I think Declan Rice is going to have a big pivotal part in our season this season. Like, what he does defensively, it allows our offense to just go off and create the chances or keep going. What he's doing at these smaller teams, Bournemouth aways, the Everton aways, it's what we didn't have last season. I went Forest away last season. And I was watching that game thinking, if we had Declan Rice in our midfield, this will be totally different. But because he's not the most fancy on the ball, a lot of fans turn their eyes to him. They're thinking 100 million, Declan Rice. But if I'm paying 100 mil to win the league or to keep winning games, then it's worth every penny. No one's mentioned the price tag now.
No, they're certainly not. We're going to come to Man United in a little bit. Hamza. Big defeat today. Man. Nobody saw it coming. And the biggest shock of all, my brother came in the room, Leighton Orient fan, went, Wolves have had one shot on target and they're 2-1 up. What happened?
Yeah, I think the thing is, we were poor, but we knew the game they're going to play. I have to say, they will do this kind of smash and grab, and they were lucky today. But you know what? It's a lot to say today, man. I'm pissed. I'm not used to losing. We're not used to losing. Even a draw would have been a disappointing result for us. Like, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, Pep on the touchline would have helped because he wouldn't have accepted that. But we just didn't create any chances. I don't know. These guys, they packed the plane, more than packed the bus. They just had everyone in the box. And their intention was, listen, they were happy with the draw. And they got that ball, just ran, crossed it back, deflected goal, 1-0 down. I just knew this is coming football, man. I hate this football. But you know what? At the end of the day, listen, you take an L. I'm so disappointed. I can't believe it, man. I'm not used to losing, man. I can't believe it as a City fan. Like, we can't be losing to Wolves, man. I know this is painful. Like, we can't lose to Wolves. I know I'll beat Arsenal in Etihad. I know it 100%. I know it. But losing to Wolves at home, but we had 6 players injured. That's the thing. We didn't have 6 starting lineup. Okay, I'll allow them. Rodri not playing. Not any other team would have accepted not having their 6 starting lineup players out. KDV wasn't playing. Bernardo Silva wasn't playing. Kovacic was not even fully fit. John Stones was out. Rodri was injured. We had even our manager on the touchline. Like, any other team takes 3.
Just to interject, by the way, you were away from home today, and you're at the Emirates, not the Etihad next week. So I know maybe you're confused because I don't know. Maybe...
No, we beat them in March. I'm saying, like, if March we're pumping.
That's March.
Yeah, don't worry about that. That one I've already guaranteed.
Do you think, Hamza, that you came unstuck today because a little bit of arrogance has maybe crept into that dressing room?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Not from City fans, but from everybody saying league's over after 6 games.
That's what I keep saying. I've been telling people, don't play this narrative card, these frauds of Liverpool. Listen, they're playing Europa League. You have to put pressure on them. This Arsenal who are frauds, spend 700 million, have to win the league. You have to apply the pressure. Everyone's pretending, oh no, we're just victims. We're not playing for the league or your favorite. I keep saying, no, we're not. Keep play until you win every single. I am tired. I don't want to go to listen, I want to win the Champions League again. I don't want to be going April and May. And then I have to play Bournemouth away, and then I have to play Real Madrid in the semi-final, because we know we'll probably go the semi or final at least. But this is what you must win this Wolves away. I'm not being arrogant. You have to kill them. You have to kill them completely. I think our players were arrogant, and I'm pretty sure I've been saying this a lot, and I want to say this to everyone: you frauds, yeah, you are all frauds. Oh, City have a big squad. No, we don't have a big squad. And to every City fans who've been asking, oh, we're happy. Oh, listen, we've got too many guys on the bench that I'm not gonna say their names, but Pep Guardiola today, it's a blessing in the sky. January signing, these frauds that have spent 700 million. I've got like 24 players that they can line up my whole garden here. Yeah. And we have probably 15 players. And City fans were like, oh, we can keep Copa. We can't look at this. Look at this today. Who could have come on and changed the game? Who? Tell me. I have seen winning standards. I don't take this 20 years with no winning title. I have seen to win, you need to have quality.
Do you agree?
Man. What bullshit is this?
Are you agreeing here with Hamza that City lack quality in their team and on their bench today?
Yeah, I agree with Hamza. I mean, we've got a list of injured players, and I was hoping that this 11 would have stepped up because they have to, right? We clearly missed Rodri. We clearly missed him. But at the same time, when you have players that have been injured, like KDB, like Stones, like Silva, and obviously Grealish came on, but when you have players that are injured, we need everybody to step up. And I was hoping that this 11 could do it. We've got 2 losses in a row. I know it's not 2 league games, but this is 2 losses in a row. And Hamza saying he's not accustomed to losing. I'm not accustomed to this, right? Like I would have liked better form from the team. I would have liked us creating tons of chances and just not have our shooting boots, but we didn't. That wasn't the case. We weren't even really creating those chances, and the players have to figure it out because it's going to be a tremendous game next week versus Arsenal. And the one thing why, and again in the chat, Terry, you joke about this all the time. V, I don't see you angry. Where's the passion? Where's the anger? It's so early in the season that I know we're going to fix up and be at the end of the season to be doing what we need to do versus whether it's Arsenal or Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll see next week.
Yeah, that's next week. Like I said, Arsenal fans, you focus on next week, but I know that I'm going to be talking to you guys in March and April, and that's when the pressure lies. So that's all I'm looking at right now, but I don't like this loss. I don't like how the players played, and we need to get healthy. We need to fix up.
I hear you on that. Egal's here with us now. Obviously, a massive win for you boys today, especially after there's been a lot of negativity. City losing as well, and probably the cherry on top of the icing as you see United drop more points. They're nothing to do with the title races here already. They're out of it. Talk to me, Egal.
Hey, what's good, people? Get up. Why are you guys out angry? Come on, be happy, guys. Be happy. You don't want to see City win the league again. You want to see other people in the challenge, don't you? Don't you guys want to see City drop points? I get it, Manchester United, you guys drop points. Feel bad for you guys. But you know what? It's a good day for me. I'm happy. Arsenal fans, you guys should all be happy. We won our game. We got 4 goals. We seen Kai Havertz get a goal, and his song was ringing through the whole stadium the whole day. The Vitality Stadium was hearing waka waka, hey, 60 million.
6 billion down there, Joy. Kai Havertz scores again.
This was, and honestly, this was probably the best performance so far this season in the sense that we scored our goals, we were clinical, we took our chances, and I was very happy and satisfied after the game. We could have been 7-0. It could have been 8-0. But you know what? Football doesn't work that way. You don't always finish all your chances. So unfortunately, we leave the house with 4-0. Unfortunately, Bukayo Saka looked like he got injured. But I think the guy's been injured for like 2 weeks now. We can't rest the guy. Give him a break in the Champions League, hopefully. Let's get ready for that City game, right? But going through the performances, Kai Havertz getting a goal, big up to him. Martin Odegaard giving him the goal and also scoring a goal himself and getting an assist, big up to him. Eddie Nketiah winning the penalty, doing his job, what he needs to get done. He always gets a lot of criticism. That first half performance, give him his plaudits, guys, because we always cuss him. In addition to that, Mikel Arteta, he should be doing his substitutions a little bit quicker. But overall, I can't be angry. We're second in the league. We're still undefeated. You would have thought we lost after the way Tottenham fans were gassing up last week. And you know what? I'm just gassed. No one can kill my vibe. Try to kill my vibe, people. You can't do it.
Take the hat off. That'll make me happy.
Take it off. Flop, take the hat. It's gone. Let's go. I'm gassed today. You guys don't know. I am gassed today. I am so gassed. I'm ready for the Champions League game. I'm ready for that City game. Let's bring it on. Bring it on. We're back, baby.
Listen, I want to ask you a question. There's been a lot of people negative about your club. Arsenal fans, we're not good enough. We're nowhere near last year. Rivals saying you guys are going to get nowhere near City. What is your message to them today, now that you have a chance to go top next week when you play them in the league?
Today, I'm an irrational fan. I'm just gassed, Terry. If you want me to give them a realistic point, we'll see what happens when we face them next week. But right now, I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them. They should be focusing on their own problems. That's the reality.
This man said, "We'll see," and you're not worried about us.
He's
What?
worried. They're worried.
When you say you're not worried, you're worried, Egal.
Hey, bro, you guys got your own issues in house. Who'd you lose to? Wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not City. That's not City.
Yeah. And just to echo, last season when we played City at home, we had the light midfield. This season we'll have Declan Rice in midfield. Yeah, it's gonna be a different ball
All
game.
right.
Listen,
You got
Who got-
Declan
who got
Rice,
injuries?
and we'll be
Listen,
playing with
Brandon,
you.
I'm
We'll be
saying
playing you
Brandon,
with no
Brandon,
Rodri. We'll see.
Brandon's here. Big win for you guys today. Huge with City losing at the same time. Talk to us.
Yeah, I don't know about not being worried about City though, boys. Jesus Christ. Like, that can either go one of two ways, right? That can either go one of two ways. It's obviously City lose today. Either that's going to dent their confidence a little bit, so it makes it a bit even for when we get there, or we're going to get a spanking because they've just lost. Do you know what I mean? So it's, yeah. But no, I agree with most of what Egal said. I think, that's definitely our best performance of the season so far. Very clinical. Bournemouth are terrible, by the way. They didn't even look like scoring at all today. But I'm not very happy with the manager, Tel. I'm not very happy with the manager at all. He came out in his press conference yesterday. He named 6 players that only trained yesterday. Bukayo Saka being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're 3-0 up. We're cruising. It's comfortable. And the first 2 substitutions that you make is Eddie Nketiah and Zinchenko. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, Bukayo Saka's not coming off. Are you sure about that? Like, what about, last season he was complaining about referees not protecting the players properly. When there's loads of players making strong challenges on Bukayo Saka and that. What about you protecting your player, bro? Yeah,
Nah,
what about
man,
you?
I don't agree with that Saka stuff, man. I'm sorry. If he's gonna
Why?
be the proper
Why?
guy like
The guy's
Salah,
not fit.
Mbappe, and Cavi at Arsenal, he's
Bro,
durable. I knew
bro.
he was playing today. You have to
guy's
play every
not
week.
fit.
Look at Salah. You have to
I
play every week.
have no problem.
If Saka's
I have
not fit and
listen,
he's scoring and
No,
assisting
no,
every
no.
week,
Listen,
Arteta
I
needs to
have
take a page.
I have no problem
he
with
came off
Bukayo
today.
Saka.
He came
I
off
have
today,
no-
75th
I have
minute.
no problem with Bukayo Saka playing today. But as soon as we're 3-0 up and we're cruising, take him off.
Yeah, he came off.
Take him off.
75th minute.
75th minute's too late, bro. He was
No,
limped
but
off
there's
that
always
pitch.
about
He
10 minutes
limped
added
off
on.
that pitch.
There was 7
Brandon,
minutes added on.
I don't know why anybody's arguing with Brandon on this. He's completely right.
No,
Nah, man, I can't diss Arteta today, man. There's no issues today.
It's not a matter of dissing Arteta, but when you look at your manager, well, I've seen
Protect
Pep
players.
take Haaland. I've seen Pep take Haaland off after scoring a hat trick with 30 minutes left in a game. When the
Yeah, but we
game's
all-
in
we all
control
know
and you trust your squad, when the game's in control and you trust your squad, you can sub them off and you know that you have a battle the next week. I mean, it does warrant some criticism to be why is he still on the pitch? Why is he
Bro,
still
at
on
the
the
end
pitch
of
if
the
he's
day,
also
came off
carrying an
today.
injury?
At the end of the day as well, today's Bournemouth, right? It's not Man City, it's not Liverpool, it's not Real Madrid or anything like that. There's no reason why Reece Nelson couldn't have played today. He scored midweek. Yeah, he's high on
Same in the
confidence.
Champions League.
Hang on, Egal. The manager gave him $100,000 a week contract. Yeah, use your squad. This is what I'm saying. Like, you've got to use your squad. At the end of the day, like I said, I have no issue with Bukayo Saka starting that game today, right? Providing he is fully fit. But the manager made it very clear. He's trained once. And yeah, okay, Declan Rice, he played the full 90 minutes today. William Saliba, he played the full 90 minutes today. But the difference is like Saka looked burnt out anyway from the start of the season. So I'm looking at the manager now to say, right, protect him then. Protect him. He's our most important player, arguably our best player. You have to protect him. And he didn't do that. And look, I'm waiting to hear what Arteta's got to say in the press conference about Bukayo Saka's injury and whether it's, a major thing or not, to make full judgment on it. But the way he limped off that pitch, it don't look good.
Look, do you know? Go on, Egal.
Brendan, although I fully agree with you, and I did say that in my part of the thing, but Bukayo Saka knows himself. If he knows that he's not capable, he's going to be the first person to tell Mikel Arteta to take me off. These players are not shy to tell the manager to take themselves off. or out of a game, as we've seen with Declan Rice last week. So I get it that we can criticize him if Bukayo Saka is injured, but if Bukayo Saka is okay and he rests him in the Champions League game and he's ready for Man City, this is a redundant conversation.
Do you know what I would say? Listen, I understand where you're coming from. I do. I haven't actually looked at the times that you made your subs because I'm not an Arsenal fan and it wasn't important to me for me to look at that. I'm just looking at it here as an example. So let me move myself back onto there. So you took off Zinchenko and Nketiah after 69 minutes. And you took off Rice, Havertz, a little bit later. I know what you're saying about what the manager said in the press conference. They're only trained once, and he kind of made it sound like you got these problems. I'll use what I know you, Brandon, would agree with this. I know Lee Gunner uses it. We know managers lie all the time in press conferences. Some of the time it's mind games with who they're playing. Other times it's they're looking to take a little bit of pressure away. Yes, he said that you've got all these injury problems, so you're all thinking, oh, no, he shouldn't have played so much. But I don't believe him. And I don't mean that in a negative. Man United have now made a new policy where they're not going to give any details out about anybody's injuries because they might be minor, but you don't want to let your opponents know that somebody's got a sore ankle because it might be targeted. I just think sometimes we've got to stop taking what managers say in press conferences so literally because we know they're not giving us, oh, they should have scored Spurs, sorry. We know that they're not giving us the complete and utter truth. They're giving us a version of the story that best suits their purpose, which is why if we're pernickety, if we don't like somebody, we could make them look like liars. We can make them look like they're contradicting themselves because they do, but they're doing it for a reason. And you do it as a parent at least twice a year. You do, Brandon. I know you like your kids at least twice a year because twice a year, your kids think the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus is real. And there are times when you just lie in life and you know what I mean? Or maybe your missus says, how does this dress look on me? And you can tell she's gassed wearing it. She is like, yeah, I look 10 out of 10. You're thinking, nah, love, I don't think you do. But you as someone who knows her and loves her, like, but I know you like it. So I'm going to say I like it. Otherwise, I am sleeping on the sofa tonight. There are times in life where you have to have tact. There are times in life when you have to be strategic when it comes to the truth. And I just think as fans, we are beginning to overanalyze things that the managers say versus what they do.
I'm not overanalyzing, Tel.
I think you are. You just won't fall in when you're moaning.
No. Not in terms of Bukayo Saka, I'm not. Because again, if you watch the Tottenham game and the way that he was going like that to come off the pitch, because he's not fully fit. He's not fully fit. Everybody can see that. He's not fully fit. Protect your player. That's the only criticism that I have of Arteta and Arsenal today. Protect your players. That's it. That's as simple as that.
You have the same criticism on Klopp with Salah, just to ask.
Well, of course.
So all those trophies, all the Premier Leagues and titles they won, you're still going to criticize his decision to play Salah every single week.
Hurt? You can't. No, sorry. No, this is stupid. Was he?
No. Stop. Do you know how durable Salah is? It's the same situation. Don't say that.
No.
How many times in the last 3 years has Salah been clamped? Liverpool fans were saying the same thing. Why is he playing every week?
It's not about being clamped.
It's about
if you're potentially carrying injury.
He made a perfectly fine point.
It's the same thing about Salah, though.
Salah doesn't know, but the thing is, Salah doesn't play when he's potentially carrying an injury. He plays, and if he gets clamped, he gets clamped. If he's fit,
you want to know something?
You guys are talking about now. I'm talking about in the last 3 years. The last 4 or 5 years.
He will get stomped on every week.
Nobody knows Bukayo Saka's body better than himself. Why do you guys keep complaining for an individual who's clearly wants to play, doesn't tell the manager to take himself out of the firing line, and the manager hasn't taken him out? There's doctors, there's people in charge that do this on a regular basis. There's no need for us to be crying about it. I get it if he's actually seriously injured right now, Brendan, and I actually agree with your main point, but I think to continue to discuss it way after the point.
This is the thing. This is what we'll see. All I'm saying is today we played Bournemouth, right? There's no reason why Reece Nelson couldn't play that game. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is we've got bigger and better tests coming up that we could have saved Bukayo Saka for. If the manager comes out now and says, oh, Bukayo Saka's out for 3 months now with some sort of injury, we're all going to be sitting here going, why the hell did you play him?
But that's all ifs and buts.
Yeah, I do get that. But this is the thing. That's hindsight thinking.
Yeah, it's hindsight.
That's yes, if you took him off before the injury, it wouldn't have happened. But you don't know there's going to be an injury. Yeah. You don't know there's going to be. Maybe again, this is what I mean. You're never going to get the full information. I don't think managers are dumb. I think we overanalyze. I think, when we sometimes think that player looks knackered, they should come off. Maybe the medical team and the fitness people actually need more minutes to build fitness up. And to us, they look exhausted, but they need it. I'm just kind of putting this out there that I don't think these managers are stupid and are going against the wishes of these. I just don't think they are, but that's just my take. Got a lot of super chats. To jump into here. And I am conveniently avoiding Man United chat as well. But it says, I want to say Arsenal were amazing and Man United were really unlucky not to get a draw, as it's a good result for them. Thanks, Casey, for that. Thanks for that. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Eric Ten Bundy. He's a criminal. Declan is turning into a monster. Terry, it was meat in Mexico that contains that. Half of Mexico's football team. He didn't take drugs. Fair enough. I thought he did. I take it back. Canelo. Sorry, my apologies. Declan was neat. I think he's neat and tidy. No fuss. Picked up his pace when he needed to. My man of the match. Emil Smith-Rowe looked bright. Good signs. Arsenal must beat Man City after today's result. I understand that. I think Arsenal, they want to do it. I mean, it'll be a massive psychological boost. When are we starting to talk about
They
Villa?
should want to win.
Of course they want to win. When are we going to talk about Villa 6-1? Yeah, Villa were great today. They were great. And listen, look at Brighton. You put a bit of pressure on them and they lose 3 out of 4 games. Different. What will Lee have to say about the Gunners? Replace him. He's no gunner. Now, we're never going to replace Lee just because some people don't like his opinions. We have a variety of Arsenal fans that come on the terrace. What will he say? He'll probably moan. He'll find something to moan about. He always does.
His son already came on and took his first point, so you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see what he says next.
Not a bad start to the season, though.
All fans should celebrate City's loss 2 games in a row. Without Rodri, City is exploitable. Arsenal with Rice will face City without Rodri, and City will get caught on the counter. It does make it a lot more of an intriguing game now. I feel like because they've lost that vulnerabilities there, it makes it even more exciting.
Terry, sorry.
Go on, bro.
That super chat. Obviously, you can only get so many characters in. It's not just that Rodri's gone. It's Rodri. It's KDB. It's Silva.
It's a joke.
That's why the vulnerability is there with City.
No one cares. Crimea River. Nobody cares.
It's a joke.
Nobody cares, bro. City, this is what they've been doing for the last couple of years.
We've got 6-7 players injured. You have to beat us.
Nobody cares. Crimea River. Justin Timberlake version. Let's go. Crimea River, bro. Nobody cares. Manchester United have injuries. Chelsea have injuries. Every team have injuries. Nobody cares.
We've got 6 injuries. If you can't beat that team,
Bro, we've got
Nobody cares.
If you can't beat that team, you're not
Nobody
good enough.
cares. We celebrate the red card. The injuries, nobody cares. Everyone knows. Everyone gets injuries.
Do you know what I love about it? When Man United fans moaned about injuries a week ago, every fan base said you can't. A week later, when they all pick up a couple of injuries, everyone that's what I love about football fans. It's so funny. Excuses. I'm just going to repeat what you all say. Excuses. That's all we get.
Now against Wolves. What?
Ease up a bit, Egal. You've got that jinx in you, bro.
I'm gassed, Manny. What can I say?
Yeah, I love it. Egal is in the house, is what Peter says here. Egal, be happy, but don't get cocky, is what AMT says. Hamza is melting down, that the Invincibles die, is what Peter's got to say here. At home to Wolves, brother didn't watch the game. Now, Hamza was just melting down. That's the problem. Shut up, Egal. The football gods are watching. Don't jinx it. You're not favourites, but everyone else is a fraud. Make it make sense. You're not favourites, but everyone else is a fraud.
Man City are not favourites, so how can everyone else be forwards if Man City?
No. No, I was trying to say, listen, Liverpool have to win the league. Yeah, Arsenal have to win the league. Also, City have to win the league. But City have got 6 starting players injured, and this is a perfect way to win the league. If you can't win the league,
City have a whole country behind them.
Then question must be asked on these managers.
Are we seriously complaining about injuries right now? Are you? You're seriously bringing up injuries?
Did you guys hear what he just said? He said the whole league has to win the league except for City.
No, we have to win the league. We've never known.
We're trying to do something that's never been done before. It's going to be very difficult, guys.
Of course it is. And you know what I'll say is this. This is the problem with that type of analysis. Again, in essence, everyone who spent Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Spurs over the past 3, 4, 5 years, they all have to win the league. And there's less pressure on City from the perspective of you've won a lot. However, if we say that Liverpool got to win the league, Arsenal got to win the league, United got to win the league, it's a very convenient way to build everybody up because it means no matter who wins it, we get to like really go at 2 or 3 because only one team can win it. I see what everybody is planting seeds. It's a little bit disingenuous, but I hear you. This is the Premier League, mate. You can lose to anyone, is what Mike says here. That's very true. Hamza's wearing Wolves colours. Yeah, he was. Does Hamza support Wolves now with an orange shirt? That they're seeing what you're wearing, bro. Declan is turning into a monster. I've had a few of those super chats on the show tonight. Man like Tevin here says, here comes Egal with the kiss of death on Arsenal. Too early to get this gas. At least get gas after next week. I'm never confident against City. Egal should be. I think Egal's right today. Confirmed that Kai has now scored more goals in the Premier League than Chelsea in September. There we go. A little bit of banter there. Tevin says, when we were missing Partey last year and Saliba, no one gave a toss and we were told to get on with it. I am having none of this. That's the problem with when everyone doesn't allow each other to use that excuse. It just becomes or reason and it becomes crazy. United boys, we are going to talk a bit of United as well. Stay with us, people. Hit like and share buttons. I know the Liverpool Spurs game is on 0-0 after 20 minutes. We're watching it. We're live after that as well. So make sure you're all joining us back here. I'm going to go to...
I'm not here to chat or debate or conversate or whatever. I'm just here to vent and leave. You know what I'm saying?
Go for it. Go for it.
Bruv, the attack, like I was saying earlier, the attack is disjointed as hell. Then the one thing that I want Ten Hag to fix the most is this attack. Get it working. I don't care what combination you use. Rashford, no Rashford. Hojlujnd, no Hojlujnd. Flipping at this right, play Martial and see if he actually can revive himself. Screw it. I don't flipping care. I just need to see goals. Goals and wins. That's all I need. That's all I need right now because right now, these fools can't hit a barn door if it was wide open. Honestly, it's a flipping joke. Today, what I saw was so frustrating. Because it's just simple things. Passages of play. Just get the ball to the guy who can score goals. That's all it is. But we're doing too much passing around, making the pass be under hit, making the pass be over hit. Nothing's precise. Everything's scrambly right now. I'm just today is one of those games where I'm like, we weren't even bad in terms of defending, in terms of them controlling the midfield. We weren't bad. So I can do. I'm cool with that.
You beat them when it mattered, though.
To the final third, it was all over the place. And I say Casemiro today, he was flipping high. I don't know what happened to him today. His passing was atrocious, and I'm not blaming the ref because the ref ain't the reason why we didn't win. We didn't win because we didn't score goals. But man, like Chris Kavanagh today was such an awful performance as a referee. It was flipping awful. He touched there, man, go down. It's a free kick. Our people get taken out. 50-50 chance of it actually going to us is what it is. Anyway, my main point is, Terry, and it will be until next week or whenever the next game is, we need to get our attack cooking. I don't care what combination. I don't care who gets dropped to make that happen. But as long as our attack is working, I believe the team can actually get somewhere. Right now, we're moving like Chelsea. Yeah. All the ball, no idea how to get the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, no, listen, I know you hear the vent. And listen, and I agree with everything you just said there, mate. And look, there'll be things that people pull holes in. But again, 70, people talk about maintain possession. Why did you buy certain players? To do what we did today, 77% of the ball. We had the openings, we had the opportunities, we had the chances. We were just awful in that final ball with our shot today. I don't know if you agree with that, Dizzy. I don't know how you saw the game from a United perspective.
Well, here's my thing. I'm gonna keep it nice and short. Every game that we lose, there's a different reason why we lose. But at the end of the day, when you look at the table, it's 4 losses in 7. One day is we got played off the park. The other day it's fine margins. Today it's our finishers can't finish. There's something wrong at Man United fundamentally, and every game is something else. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to what are you competing for and what are you pushing to win when all is said and done. And at this rate, this was our period to go on the run. This was our period to maybe drop a point, maybe drop a couple draws in here. But we were supposed to go unbeaten up until City, more or less. and we couldn't do it. We played 2 games where we won well, and that was it. So for me personally, yeah, we could blame the finishing, we can blame Casemiro, we can blame any player that you like, really. But at the end of the day, we keep losing, regardless of why. I don't really care. I just want to stop losing. That's my whole thing.
Bro, listen, I agree with you. Do you know what's interesting when we say fine? By the way, I think Jones might be going off here for got to go for that. Oh, it's horrendous.
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, horrendous that is. Oh, look at that. That could have broken Basuma's. Is that Basuma? Yeah, could have broken his leg. Horrendous. Got to go. Yeah, he has gone. Yeah, we'll talk about that on the reaction show. But yeah, 100% a red Spurs. What a chance they've got now. I get where you're coming from, Dizzy, and I want to throw this out to both Camerons. By the way, other Cameron, that's Cameron. Both Camerons on the show today, United fans. Arsenal's was fine margins, but against Spurs in the first half, should have been 2 or 3 up. Against Brighton, although they scored, first 20 minutes, we should have scored goals. Even after they scored, we should have scored goals. I look at the Munich game. Up until their first goal, we had 2 or 3 great opportunities to score. I just feel like in most of our defeats, we know we've got some flaws that we need to improve on. But it feels to me, from the outside looking in, if we finish our chances and our good opportunities, if you look at all 5 defeats in all competitions this year, I think at least 3 of them could have been avoided. I don't know what you think. I'm going to go to Canadian Cam first.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's been fine margins for most games. This game, I didn't really think that, though. This game, the whole time I was watching, I was thinking, where are all the possession merchants at? Where people talk about possession football, we need more of the ball, this and that. I was frustrated on a few things, and honestly, like, I'm not normally negative, but I don't think Hojlujnd, is ready for the big lights. For me, he has a lot of things to learn. I don't love a lot of the runs he's making at the moment. He's not making any near post runs, which you've got to do as a striker when we're whipping in balls. It feels like every cross we put in today went to a white shirt, basically. And I get it. They had 8 guys in the box, but at some point you got to have people there who can, flick it on, get something. Right, you got to get touches and shots on. A lot of people who Rashford was trash today. I'll agree, like, he wasn't good, but he's stuck in this world of, I got to now feed Hojlujnd, and I'm sitting there being like, just shoot, because that's what you do. Rashford isn't. Everyone's like, oh, I want my wingers to make people better around them. I don't really care. Score, put the ball in the net, because that's all I really want. That's all I'm really looking for at this point. With Rashford, there were a few times where he passed the ball and he's trying to make difficult passes. And this is part of his decision-making problems. But there's a few times where I'm like, just shoot the ball, man. We need to get shots on target. Like when Garnacho came in, I was happy. I was like, yes, just do that. That's all we need. We had multiple issues today when it came to just hitting the target. You look at Mount. Mount had in my opinion, if Mount does what he did today every single game, I'm happy. That's what we brought him in for. 6.5, 7 out of 10 performances. But missing the target on that header killed me, because it's like you just need to hit the target. And that's something we seem to be having a big issue with. People coming for Ten Hag, fair enough. You can't lose 4 games in 7. I think that is something that needs to be criticized. So he's got to figure that out. I don't know what like when KJ says our defense wasn't bad, sure, because we had the ball most of the time, but when we didn't, we looked panicky. And that's because Victor Lindelof should not be starting every single game. Victor Lindelof should be playing when there's very few games in the season, in my opinion, should be starting. So we have our problems, right? And it's tough to you can look at the silver lining where, yes, in the Spurs game, you score that header from Bruno, things are probably different. Garnacho's not outside in the Arsenal game, things are definitely going to be different in that game. But at the end of the day, if that continues to happen, there's a deeper problem, because we shouldn't be.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. There are definitely areas that need, as I say, I don't think we're flawless and we're just not taking chances, but we scored first again. Once we scored against Burnley, they stopped all their threat.
So here's the thing, though. That's a good point.
We scored against Crystal Palace midweek, and we were comfortable. As soon as something goes wrong for us, then you see our flaws really get highlighted. Because up until their goal, they weren't really an issue.
But Terry, here's our big problem. You just hit it. It's like, if we don't score early, we don't win games. Like, if we don't score most often, we don't win. We have to figure out this. We have to figure out what it is with this team where it's like, if we don't, like, if we get, and it's it is a mentality thing at this point because our players just can't get out of their own heads that they're nervous out there. They have to score, and I don't know I don't know how we're gonna solve it because again, Hojlund's not the guy right now. I don't think.
No, he looks very, very raw. Cam, what's your thoughts on today, brother?
Yeah, with me, as you can tell, I'm not really, I'm not shocked. So I'm not furious. I'm not shocked.
Nope.
Not furious. I'm not even angry. I watched that game literally with my face as straight as possible because I knew the manager would come into the Premier League and bring Bruno and Rashford back. I know we played against Palace's B team, but that's the best we've played this season. Hannibal, Mount, and Casemiro all looked good. They all looked competent. At the end of the day, they're still playing against Premier League players, Premier League quality players. Because last time when I was here and we beat Burnley 1-0 and I wasn't happy with the performance, I said we shouldn't be performing like this against inferior sides. And then I was being told that, oh, these sides aren't so inferior because we're so bad. If we were so bad, then why could we dominate Palace midweek without Bruno and Rashford? So then the managers brought them back in now. And I knew exactly what was going to happen. Palace don't keep the ball. I knew we were going to play well for the first 20 minutes and then capitulate after 20 minutes. Every game we've lost, even one, the first 20, we've played well and then we've capitulated because we cannot maintain a style of play because we don't know how we want to play. The manager is not drilling his philosophy into these players in training. Clearly, he wants to play a possession-based game. That's why he signed Onana. And he wants ball-playing centre-backs. But I genuinely believe, and I'm trying my best not to be onto Bruno Fernandes here, but I genuinely believe if you want to play a possession-based game, we will never be successful with Bruno Fernandes being our main man.
He didn't lose possession today. He was fine today. So
listen. It's not about.
No, but you're allowed to have your Bruno agenda. Just say it. It's fine. But at the end of the day,
it's not an agenda.
No.
It's not an agenda because Mount played better than him. Mount gave us that 6 point whatever or 7 that you're asking for. Mount gave that. Bruno was below that. Mount played better than Bruno. 100% played better than Bruno.
You didn't watch the same game then.
Bruno created 2 chances across.
4 chances today. Created 4 chances.
What chances did he create?
And had 2 of the best chances to score. Straight up. So I'm sorry.
Hojlund's best chance was from a Rashford. Hojlund's best chance was from a Rashford first time hit. First time pass.
Bruno forced the only save. The only proper save was forced by Bruno. What game did you watch?
But the crazy part for me about all of this is why the whole player agenda nonsense stinks because we keep losing with all of these players on the pitch.
Exactly.
Who cares who was good and who was
exactly. But what I'm saying is, I'm asking the manager, can you please just give us one game against a worse side without Bruno and Rashford? Let's just see something.
When we lose, what happens?
Yeah, but you know what it is? The problem
we lose it.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from. See, for me, I didn't want Rashford to come back in today because I think he's been poor. I got from Bruno what I knew we would get from him today returning into this team is with everybody holding the possession behind him and winning the ball back relatively quickly, he would have opportunities to thread balls, create passes. And there was there was a ball from him early in the game where he got the ball, wonderful first time pass on the right hand side, broke lines. Yeah. Again, what did Palestri do with it? Nothing. There was another ball that he played, first touch, and then he kind of half volleyed it with his right foot. It was beautifully struck to Rashford, who had all the room in the world to go on the outside and cross the ball. Rashford went on the inside and did absolutely nothing with it. Bruno in this game today, he's always going to lose possession between 15 and 25 times per game because what he tries to do is break lines. When you're trying to break lines, you lose the ball more. However, he still completed a lot of passes, created the most amount of chances. What we didn't have today when he broke those lines was somebody's final ball working. And then when he did create the chances, a header for Casemiro, there was the header opportunity that he created for Liverpool gone 1-0 up down to 10 men. There we go. Wow, Liverpool. So I get where you're coming from, but Bruno did today what I expected from Bruno. Yeah. Oh, that's offside, so I've been given offside. I expected him to break lines, which he did, and create opportunities and chances. So I disagree with you on Bruno. I completely agree when it comes to Marcus Rashford. Because he hasn't been in good form and he was awful again today. And I'm someone that likes Marcus Rashford. I genuinely like him. That actually could be onside. I'm not too sure. It's in the lines. That looks onside to me. But like, I kind of look at it and think to myself, I'm half with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
However, I also kind of get where you're coming from. That maybe maybe we need a body of work. Maybe we need 5, 6, 7 games where those two are on the bench, and let's see if we do become a better football team. I understand completely where you're coming from.
I guarantee we would.
Again, I think we might move the ball better, but I do think what we would lack is, because I think Andres Pereira, with the ball at his feet, is technically better than Bruno. But the problem is his level of creativity against low blocks was awful, where Bruno Fernandes will create 3 or 4 gilt-edged chances for us per game. Yeah. So for me, where I think we improve on Bruno is this, and this is what we need to find. Somebody that has a bit more ball retention and technical ability who can also create and or score at his rate. Otherwise, or you bring someone else to replace Bruno, but someone else elsewhere in the team has got to pick up the mantle on that creativity. And right now, I think the fear the manager has is that there's no one else in this team that can do it. So this is about maybe buying someone that can,
And that's the problem. The manager has too much fear. Too much fear. He's just, when it comes to a Premier League game, he just relies on Bruno and Rashford, which I get because they create chances, they score goals, whatever. But that is just a second-hand excuse for not having a style of play. The manager doesn't know how he wants to play, because 1 week is possession. Today, the only way you're going to play against Palace is with possession. They don't want the ball. We all know that, right? We can all agree with that, right? Palace don't want the ball, so they're going to let you have it. But if Palace have done their homework, which they clearly have, first 20, let them have it, create a couple chances, pop the ball around, and then we're going to hit them on a counter. Palace's first chance wasn't a goal. Jeffrey Schlupp was through on goal and he didn't score. Do you get it? So it's not like we're the only team that misses chances. Palace miss chances too. It's just the difference is they're competent and they know how they want to play. Of course, we conceded a wonder goal. The referee I think it should have been a pen when Anderson handballed it. But these things, they're fine margins every single time, as you said. I think the manager just needs to make some big decisions.
No, mate, listen, and I don't disagree with you, because at the end of the day, we are dominating. We're dominating the ball more so in recent games than we have done, and we've got to finish our chances when we get it, but we've also got to maintain composure, and that's our problem. We lose it, and that is something I will look at the manager at, because there are lesser teams with worse players than us who maintain better composure. I want to do these super chats here before the end of the show, boys. Is what do you guys think about the reason there's so many injuries? I think there's always a lot of injuries, but I do think there's been a ridiculous level of amount of games. But I also blame the clubs. We can't just let our clubs and managers moan about this. When they take our players all around the world on tours, when they don't fucking need, that's all for money. You don't need to go to America to get fit for the season. You can literally do that running around and playing games behind closed doors. They should stop pre-seasons, but they won't, because they want the money as much as all the other people do. So the clubs are as guilty as the leagues, in my opinion. Relax, guys. We've been here before. Trust in Pep. He will come right. Look, I don't think anyone's, any City fans, panicking personally. Lee and Northside remind me of people who swear they hate root beer but enjoy the drink in private. I hear you. I never drunk root beer. Stop the Bruno agenda. He wasn't the problem today. Bruno was our only creative outlet, is what Andre says. Never seen a manager criticized for playing his best players. Have to take Arteta's press conference with a pinch of salt. Saka is fine. He asked to play. Yeah, again, I'm at a point now when it comes to press conferences where I can't really understand. I actually don't see the point of them anymore. They should just they just tweet out what players are fit and not fit, and then leave it. They don't give you anything. It's not like when you watch a boxing press conference, you don't get anything out of football. Press conferences are literally the most pointless thing in football, and all it leads to people that dislike managers or rivals pulling holes. Oh, there's a contradiction. Of course, there's contradictions. Every managers will moan about refereeing decisions when their team doesn't win games, but then have a go at another manager that does it towards their team. Since I was a kid, it's crazy to me personally, but there we go. Brandon's right. Arteta's man management is weak, is what AMT says. I hear you there. I don't know what, has there been a penalty here? Anyway, no. Confirmed, because I already done that super chat. Arsenal fan here. I genuinely thought United would rout Palace another 3-0. Listen, I thought we would. I was so confident, especially with how we were holding the ball early. I really thought we'd win today, but I'm a Man United fan. I'm 10 years of being used to this shit now.
I thought they would draw.
Arsenal looked brilliant today, buzzing for Havertz. Yeah, they did look good today, mate. They really, really did indeed. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in because I'm going to get to. I've been watching the game, but I've got to go and focus on this match. We're live after Liverpool versus Tottenham. Big game. Liverpool down to 10 men, 1-0 down as well. Boys, I appreciate you all coming on and everyone else that was on the show today. My super chatters, you know how much I love and respect you. Hit the like and share button, and we'll